Hey everybody, welcome back to Green Joe Coffee Truck. My name is Vince, and today we're answering more Q&A from our community. This one comes from Noah. He says, "Hello, for those who are up and running, if you had to do it all over again, would you choose to buy an already built trailer, or would you rather build it yourself from scratch?" Does both get to be an answer? Can I choose C, all the above? The reason why I say that, Noah, is the method that I think works really well for building a coffee truck is hiring your own general contractors or your own subcontractors to build your truck for you. And let me explain this position. So there's one method where you buy like a turnkey coffee truck. Now most of those things run $30K plus, okay? And a lot of people don't have $30K lying around. I found that a lot of people have to either get a loan or that's going to be pretty much all their savings. That's if you can get one at $30K. Let me just go back and say that, because I've also found that a lot of times they're hard to find. I typically see them most often for $40K plus. I see a lot of trucks. I see a lot of trailers for $40K. I see a lot of trucks for about $60K. And then there are some trailers that are $60K. So, financially, to swing that amount, not a lot of folks are able to do that. And what I've found, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I've seen a lot of people go into business, and what they'll do is they'll get a loan in order to cover the startup cost. Now, there's a couple problems with this. One, just the sheer payments, okay? Just the sheer payments alone. If you get a loan for $40,000, now I don't have the exact payments on that. Let's pause. Let's figure out what's the exact payments on a $40K. Okay, so here we are on bank rate, and I'm just pulling a business loan calculator. Man, I don't know what your credit score is, or obviously starting newer businesses, if you're looking on doing a business loan, new businesses it's hard to get a loan because you don't have any history behind it. So it's one of the reasons I'm a big advocate of folks starting off with carts first before they go into trucks, especially when they're low on finances, so they get some history behind their business. It's a little easier for them to get a loan later on, and you get a less interest rate. Plus, you won't need to buy all the equipment because you already have a cart. Anyways, 40 grand at 5 years or 60 months at 6% interest puts your payments at $773.31. So we're just going to call that $800. Plus, you got to get the insurance on the truck because you can't have loans without insurance. So your truck insurance is probably going to run you, I would say, another $100, $150. So we're getting pretty close to $1,000 a month that you're going to need to make on this truck if you take out a $40K loan. The big issue with that is there's no guarantee that you're going to make money right out of the gate. Now, I did. I don't think that was because of any doing of mine. I think I happened to be at the right place at the right time, and I was able to capitalize on a good environment. Now, not everybody's going to do that. Also, I didn't have a loan. Took money that I had from my own pocket and saving and built my truck out. And it took me 2 years to save that. So I didn't start right away. But it's important to look at this equation, because if you have $1,000 that you have to cough up every month, then what ends up happening is, in order to make that bill, in order to pay that off, a lot of people are having to leave their steady paycheck to work that truck more so that they can generate some income. And in the beginning, money isn't good. I mean, in the beginning, typically, it's slow to start off. Even if you don't leave your day job, you still have to cough up $1,000 a month. Unless your day job is giving you an extra $1,000 a month, you can easily get yourself into the negative right away. Now, if you did decide to leave your day job and start working the truck, now you have not only that $1,000 a month to come up with, but also all your other bills. And so this is where people's savings dwindle quick. Taking out a loan to open up a coffee truck is not something that I usually recommend or get behind. I'm a big advocate of starting off. If you're like dirt broke, I have a whole video on how to start with just a tabletop setup, $500, and move all the way into a trailer. I break down those steps. I'll put the link below. It's starting a coffee truck with little to no money. So that's unless you're getting a killer deal and you have the money already saved up, buying an already built trailer with a loan is not something I'm going to get behind. I think it's a good way to get yourself out of business pretty quick. So if you have the money and you find a good deal on the truck, then at that point it's just a research question on whether or not you're getting good equipment and a good truck or trailer for your money. There are some equations that's going to work out really well for you. There's some deals out there that you're going to find. They're going to be steals. Grab them. Go with it. Awesome. Things that I would look for on a $30,000 trailer is I would want a 220 espresso machine, a generator with over 7,000 watts. The other thing is I'd want a quality espresso grinder and preferably a coffee maker. Those are all things that I would look for. As far as water tanks, I would want at least 20 gallons. I would prefer 30 gallons on the fresh, and then most people require 15% larger for the gray. Those are all things that I would look for on a used coffee trailer. Versus, so there's that situation, or you can build out your own trailer. When I say build out your own trailer, I'm not meaning you get in there with a hammer and nails and start building countertops. What I mean by that is you purchase the trailer, then you hire subcontractors. That can be carpenters, it can be handymen, it can be general contractors, plumbers, electricians, and you give them a workable floor plan and they build your trailer out to the specs that you put out. Now, I like that one a lot better because there was multiple reasons I like that. Number one, it saves you a lot of money. And I'll give you an example. If you're building a house and you hire a general contractor to build your house for you, he's gonna go and hire his subcontractors. Now, when he hires his electrician, let's say he hires his electrician at $50 an hour. I know some of you are out there like, what? My electrician charges me $100. It's like, okay, let's just say $50 an hour for the sake of this argument. $50 an hour is what your general contractor pays. He's not going to charge you $50. He's going to turn around and charge you $100, right? So he's going to up the charge when he sends you that bill. In my opinion, you're going to save a significant amount of upcharge by acting as the general contractor yourself. The other benefits to this is you truly become the captain of your ship. And what I mean by that is you know the ins and outs of how this thing works. Because I'm going to be real with you on this one. The mobile coffee industry, it's a tough industry. There's a lot of damage and a lot of the equipment and the build out and a lot of this stuff is not made for the vibration and the hot cold temperature fluctuations that we put it through. There's going to be issues along the way and you're going to have to deal with those challenges. And the more you know about your truck, the more you're able to handle those issues. I'm a big advocate of knowing the ins and outs of that, of the build out, so that you can troubleshoot those issues as they come. Now, there are other benefits to hiring your own contractors as well. You just customize your work, which is really nice. You can set up the truck the way you see it fit, the vision on how you want your truck to look, all the internal and external and the design of your truck. That's all you. You get to pick how all that looks. So that's really cool. Some people like to do like a minimalist look. Some people like more of a sporty look. There's different ways that you can build your truck out. Ultimately, because you're the one building the truck out, you get to pick. Because it saves people a significant amount of money, most of the time it also saves them a significant amount of time as well. I mean, truck build outs, the last one we built out, I had a crew of 3. I had one general contractor, an electrician, and a plumber. And I did hire a welder to come in. I'm not counting him in this equation. That truck, we had that thing built out in literally 2 months. I mean, we put in about 30 hours a week. We didn't quite put in a full 40 hours. So we put in about 30 hours a week. And we built that thing pretty darn quick. And it had insulation, it had 220 espresso machines, all that jazz. So when I talk to truck manufacturers, their wait time is pretty extensive. They're like, well, we can't get to it for 3 months and then it's going to take us 3 months. So you got 6 months down the road. It also saves you time because you're the one that's doing the hiring essentially. So to answer your question, would you choose to already have it built or build it yourself from scratch? I would choose to have someone build it from scratch with me overseeing it. I think that's ultimately the best way to start a coffee truck. It saves you time, saves you money. You're the captain of your ship. You customize it the way you want, and you don't have to worry about going into debt to launch your business. My name is Vince, Green Joe Coffee Truck. If you're interested in coffee trucking or coffee carts, I have ebooks and courses and all that jazz on my website. I will put the link in the description below. Thanks for tuning in, and if I missed anything or you have questions, throw them in the comment section below.